This is State Representative Dane Watro of the 116th Legislative District here with the Pennsylvania State Police. Trooper Petrosky. Trooper, thank you very much for joining me here today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I have so much respect for what you do as a Pennsylvania State Trooper. You're always called out, and if it's the middle of the night, during the daytime, away from your family, during holidays, there's so much I want to cover in such a short period of time. I see you everywhere.
Yeah.
You wear so many hats, just not answering the call of duty, but community involvement. Could you tell me when you got involved and how you got involved in this and what you do for the community as far as outreach?
Yeah. So I've been a state trooper since 2007, and I never thought I would be in this type of position. So I did patrol for 10 years, and then a position opened here, troop as a community service officer, and I really didn't know too much about it. But it was a lot of community outreach and public information. I thought, you know what, this sounds like a good position for me. So I've been doing this position since 2017, and I get to serve the community in a different aspect. Sure, I wear the uniform, I drive the police car, I'm out there, I respond to calls, I help out when I can, but my main goal is community and public outreach. So I get to arrange presentations, speeches, community events for the public. It's a different way to serve, but it's very rewarding.
Trooper, we had you at one of our seminars, the SCAM seminar, and you do so many different outreaches to different organizations and people. It seems like the people are very receptive to hearing what you have to say. It was one of the best ones I ever did was the SCAM seminar. Could you give some tips on maybe what people should look out for as far as scam?
Yeah, so scams, unfortunately, is a problem we have going around, and not only in the Commonwealth, but the country. And the best thing we could do is educate people, because the phone calls, the emails, the texts, they're just simply not going to stop. So if we can educate people, so that's one of my most popular presentations is the scam seminar. And we teach people, first off, if you don't know the number, don't answer. Secondly, if you do, don't give personal information. They're going to say things like, hey, can you verify your name and date of birth for me? That's just a polite way of them asking you for information that they don't have. But you know, some of our senior citizens, they're too trusting. And 20, 30 years ago, this wasn't happening. Somebody called you, it was legitimate. Now it's totally different. So being able to educate them, let them know on the sweetheart swindle scams, the family emergency scams where somebody calls you and says, oh, your grandson or granddaughter's in trouble, send this money, put this money in the mailbox, we'll pick it up, they'll be released. Just educating the public, so hopefully they'll become a victim.
All right, Trooper, a question I have, I was a mayor of a small town for many years, and you know, with the police coverage, this and that, state police, I guess there's times you have to be called into municipalities, local municipalities, and I guess that, you know, really puts a burden, not a burden, but a strain on what your focal point here as a state trooper.
Yes.
And do you see the volume of calls being increased, in today's society?
Yes. So the calls never decrease. Even when we went through the pandemic, our phone never stopped ringing. We're always answering the call, and we always will. And if there's a municipality that doesn't have police, we will cover them. So a lot of people think state police, state trooper, they're just on the interstate. That's the main goal that we have, is to be out on the interstate and to be able to enforce the laws and keep it safe. But we go to Walmart a lot. We go into the municipalities a lot for retail thefts, for domestics. We handle that a lot for any township municipality that doesn't have a police, or if their police department isn't working or busy, we cover that with the same amount of troopers. We're not given an allotment of extra troopers if we have additional municipalities we have to cover. So we are spread thin, but we provide the best service that we can to the citizens in this Commonwealth.
Yes. Trooper, I have just a few more questions, and then I want to ask you to talk to the viewers and tell them what's most important moving forward. With the crime increase, we read the newspaper constantly, and we see thefts, break-ins. Could we tell our viewers on how to protect themselves at home from their home being broken into, or being out shopping, grocery shopping, or Christmas shopping?
Sure. So the number one thing we tell people now is keep your doors locked, right? Gone are the days where you can leave your car unlocked and your house unlocked while you run down to the store or you go over to your neighbor's house. Those days are gone. You have to accept that. We don't see a lot of criminals smashing windows to get into houses, smashing windows to get into cars. We see them checking handles to see if they're unlocked. If they're unlocked, they go inside. Or we see distraction burglaries, where they tell you they're from a utility company and they get you in their house and somebody else goes in and removes items while you're downstairs with your water heater with this alleged utility worker. So keeping your guard up, you don't have to let just anybody in your house. Ask who they're with, call that company direct, and don't just let anybody in your house, but keep your doors locked. At night, when you go somewhere, your car, it might be in your driveway, but you know what? Those doors have to be locked. If you're running into a store for 2 or 3 minutes, keep those doors locked. When we talk about holiday shopping, We don't want people to keep all their items in the back seat, uncovered. Put them in a trunk, put a blanket over them. Don't advertise the expensive items that you have, because that's gonna cause somebody to want to get in your vehicle. Keep your doors locked. Ladies, keep your purses attached to you and not in the top part of that shopping cart, because believe it or not, there are criminals out there looking for unattended purses in those shopping carts just to take, and you don't even know, and then it's gone, just like that. So keeping your guard up, not just trusting everybody. Unfortunately, there are some bad people out there, and obviously, if there's ever an issue, call 911 and we'll help you any way we can.
Thank you so much. Trooper, I want to give you the last 60 seconds to look at our viewers and tell them what is most important. Just moving forward, if it's safety, if it's just being aware, please, you look at them and you can talk to them.
Absolutely. So number one, always keep your guard up, right? Don't just trust anybody. Keep your doors locked at your house, in your car at all times. I know it's cold out, it's the winter, you want to start your car. Please use a remote starter. Don't go out and put a key in their car. Criminals are aware of this, and they know that in the mornings there's going to be people who have their vehicle started, and there might be a key in there, and they will be looking for it. So make good decisions, right? Don't let just anybody in your house. If there's ever an issue, you call 911, and the state police, we will come out. We will do a thorough investigation to get justice for you.
This is State Representative Dane Watro of the 116th Legislative District, here with Trooper Petrosky. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.